Okay. Hi everyone, my name's Alana Russell. I am a fifth grade teacher in Everett, so I have a lot of time on my hands right now. So I'm doing these daily mindfulness moments to keep us all sane and for a way for us to all connect. So I'm glad you've joined me in one way or another, and they'll be at 4 p.m. every day. So if you couldn't make it today, hopefully you can make it another time or still watch this from afar and have it be helpful to you. So I wanted to start the past couple days that I've done these. We've been starting with pulling a card because I am an intuitive person and a card reader. And I've been thinking a lot about the energy of what's going on with the coronavirus and the current climate that we're in right now. And just how people kind of need connection and support from one another and how we can help each other with that energy and navigating that energy. So earlier today, I was able to connect with several of my students over Zoom doing a read aloud of Harry Potter, and I'm doing that on a daily basis for my students as well, hence the Harry Potter shirt I got going on today. So um, in my classroom for the past couple months, my students and I do a lot of mindfulness practices, and we create an intention, a daily intention, to really try to focus on what we want to change and improve upon and bring our focus to throughout the day. So I asked my students earlier today when I was doing my read aloud if anyone had a good intention for today that they would like to share. And one of my students came up with the intention of I am humble, which I love. So I've been really thinking about that a lot today, and thinking about while I'm bringing you these meditations, and if I transition into yoga or just other mindfulness practices, how I can remain humble while still sharing those gifts with you and sharing my intuition and hopefully being a leader for you, but also remaining humble, and how we can all maintain a sense of that humble feeling during these times of uncertainty, because there's a lot going on in the world right now, and it's really easy to get wrapped up in anxiety or feelings of discomfort or feelings of uncertainty. I think I just said that. And feelings of just wanting the answer and wanting to know what's going to happen. So I think it's important for us to recognize that the people around us who are giving us information should also foster that sense of being humble and should also make an attempt to not be boastful, not be bragging, not be speaking their words as truth and without any um, I guess without any fear of being wrong, because I think we all have to push past our fears right now and really work to see how we can connect and how we can accept and sit with the situation that we're being given right now. And that takes a lot of ability to be humble, I think. So the card that I pulled to go along with this, I asked myself the question of how can I be humble right now? Oh, my screen, I guess, is not mirrored at the moment for some reason. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. There we go. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, well, either way. This card is called the Wheel of Fortune. And the symbols on this card really represent coming home to your center, making connections with yourself first, and then the people in your life, connecting with nature, connecting with your creativity, connecting with your own intuition, and finding ways to just kind of go with the flow and follow your wheel. So I think, again, kind of what I was speaking to before about being humble, that this is a great card to just remind us that right now we don't know what's going to happen. We don't have all the answers, and we need to work on being okay with that. So our mindfulness today is actually going to allow us to just kind of sit and ground down and be quiet within that uncertainty and allow ourselves to accept what's happening on our current wheel of fortune and where we currently are in our headspace and in our physical space, and how we can bring acceptance and positivity into that moment. So I will invite you, I'm going to move back to my yoga mat over here. You definitely do not need to be on a yoga mat for this mindfulness activity, but I will offer that you can either, I would say you should probably have a seat on the floor, and I think we'll do a child's pose today. So I'm going to guide you into a child's pose, which is a really great pose for thinking about being humble, because it's basically bowing yourself forward. And it's a really calming pose. It slows down our central nervous system. It allows us time to go inward and connect with our own body and connect with our own breath in our own physical space, and kind of close out any outside obstacles that are going on in the world. So I am going to invite you to come to a seat on the floor. I would suggest that you kneel like I'm kneeling. And then you're going to bring your big toes so that they're touching. I don't know, I wore my yellow socks, so maybe you can see. I have my big toes touching, and I'm bringing my knees out nice and wide. And as much as you can, you're going to sit back onto your heels. And then you're going to start to walk your hands forward and allow your forehead to come down to the mat. And if you're not into this, and if you don't feel like doing this pose, you can totally just do this staying in your seat and kind of curling your chin toward your chest and allowing yourself to just settle, maybe hands in your lap, and just relax in this space for a moment. So those are your two options for how you can physically set up your body right now. So I'll move into a full child's pose just to show you. We crawl our hands out in front of us. Your forehead comes down to the mat or to the floor. And you just sink into the pose and relax here. So I'm going to sit back up so I can guide you. So if you are in a child's pose and that's a comfortable position for you, remain there and just close your eyes, listen to the sound of my voice, and try to shut out any outside distractions that might be coming up in your physical space or in your head space right now. Try to relax those and try to just shut them out. So let's take a nice deep breath in through your nose, filling all the way up, and a big breath out through your mouth. And another big breath in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth. And I'll guide you through one more of these. Nice big breath in. Fill your breath in your whole body, your whole back, filling up your lungs, raising your chest. And then exhale, nice and slow, empty out that breath. Keep breathing in this same way. Nice and slow and steady, bringing your attention to your breath here. Trying to let go of any outside distractions. Telling yourself you dedicated this time for you. It's only going to be a couple of minutes long. You can allow yourself to be present in this time. Give yourself permission. Keep breathing slow and steady. Sharp inhalations filling all the way up. And nice long exhalations. And we'll do a little bit of a body scan right now. So notice if there's any place in your body that's feeling tense. Maybe you feel tension in the back of your neck or in your shoulders. Maybe your jaw is a little bit clenched, or your eyes and all the muscles around your eyes are feeling tight. Maybe your hips and your back body, if you are in your child's pose, maybe they're feeling a little tense as well. As you breathe, send breath to any of those areas that are feeling a little tense or tight. And on your exhale, feel those places softening. Inhale, filling all the way up. Exhale, softening any tension and just letting it melt away. And let's bring your attention to the intention that we set at the beginning of this practice. I am humble. Think in your head about what it means to feel humble. To make sure you're not being boastful. We're not bragging. Not being a know-it-all in any way. And we're accepting that which we do not know and that which is out of our control. Picture yourself in your mind in this state of humble feelings. Letting go of that control, letting go of any tension, and just accepting things as they are right now within you and outside of you. And if you're in your child's pose, I'll show you one more time. Do a nice final big stretch. And then start to walk your hands back up towards you. And come to a seated position. Maybe you sit crisscross, whatever is comfortable. And if your eyes are closed, you can blink them open. We'll bring our hands to our heart and take one more collective breath to just seal this mindfulness practice. So nice big inhale. Big exhale to let it go. And we'll bring our thumb knuckles to our third eye. Thank you for showing up today and taking time for yourself and your own self-care. The light inside of me and the teacher and learner inside of me honors and shines to the light, the teacher, and the learner inside of each and every one of you. Namaste. Okay.